Hello dear traders and investors. With you System.GURU.Markets. We start with summary information about the company. A little further, we will consider each parameter in a little more detail. If necessary, you can pause the video. We invite you to study all the organization's indicators more carefully. Now we will compare the current fundamental indicators of the company Pfizer Inc, ticker PFE. This review is based on current data as of March 22, 2025. By classification Guru.Markets company Pfizer Inc belongs to the subcategory Pharma Holding. 111 organizations take part in the comparison. This is very representative. We will see the table of orders at the end of this video. The overall result for the company under study is 8 out of 10 points. The average for the subcategory is 1.2 points. If you look broadly, within the entire US stock market in general, note that the average result for the US stock market in total is 1.9 points. Against the company's score of 8 points Pfizer Inc. Comparing the movement of the company's stock price Pfizer Inc and subcategory companies, we will see that over 12 months the company's shares Pfizer Inc showed a change of minus 4.8%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory of 7.4%. This does not clearly indicate anything, but it is necessary to keep this fact in mind. Market capitalization of the organization Pfizer Inc valued at $149.11 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $3,178 billion. Pfizer Inc has a share of 4.692% and is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $87.94 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $492 billion. Pfizer Inc accounts for a share of 17.858%. Having made a comparison of the occupied shares of market and book value, we see the following. Occupied share Pfizer Inc in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 4.692%. The book value is 17.858%. This is a 281% increase in market capitalization share. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory, good, 1 point. The financial liabilities of the organization under study amount to $66.865 billion. Debt to book capitalization represents 76% of the company's capital. Result on the level of debt obligations of the company, tolerable, 0 points. The balance of the company's market price to its profit is 18.6. With an average in the subcategory of 42.9, this is 57% lower than in the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market value to profit indicator in comparison with organizations of the subcategory, very good, 2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was $8,023 million. Future earnings for the coming 12 months are expected to be $12,311 million. This is 53.4% more than now. Assessment of the estimated future profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory, good, 1 point. The company's price to revenue ratio is 2.3. The average in subcategory is 5, which is 54% lower than in the subcategory. Assessment of the market price to its revenue indicator in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory, good, 1 point. Revenue for the last 12 months was $63,650 million. Forward revenue for the next 12 months is tentatively expected to be $97,670 million. This is 53% more than now. Assessment of projected future revenue indicators in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory Good, 1 point. The sales margin is 12.6%, with an average in the subcategory of 11.6%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 1%. Assessment of marginality in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory Good, 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 9.084%, which is 94% more than the share of market capitalization. And this reflects the discrepancy between the company's stock price Pfizer Inc. rather towards underestimation. The amount of capital per employee of the organization is equal to $1,840,000, whereas in the subcategory there are $3,563,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 48.4%. Assessment of the amount of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per employee is $99,000. The average for the subcategory is $83,100. And the difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 19%. Assessment of profit per individual employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory Good, 0.5 points. The share of revenue per company employee is $786,000. By subcategory, $715,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 10%. Estimation of sales volume per company employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory Good, 0.5 points. Shares for sale correspond to 1.7%, with a subcategory average of 1.5%. This is the valuation of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 52% for the company Pfizer Inc. Whereas for the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is 52%. Technically, shares in the subcategory are valued roughly the same as stocks Pfizer Inc. The company's current stock price is approximately $26.27. The consensus price target for the company's shares is approximately $30.38. The difference between the current price and the consensus forecast is approximately 16%. Let's go to the order table, which is available to everyone. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all decisions publicly made this season by the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free. Link in pinned comment. Based on the analysis of the company Pfizer Inc. help System.GURU.Markets, a decision is made. Open a buy trade at a price of $26.28. The deal was opened due to the fact that the company has a fairly high valuation. The company's assessment is based on the assessment model, the Akeem's Index. Take profit is set at 27.92. Stop loss is set at 24.64. In case the order is not closed by take profit or stop loss, then the transaction is fixed independently at the end of the session on April 21st, 2025, or on the last working day before the specified date. Ticker INSM will be a balance sell order. A video on the balancing order will be or has already been published on this channel. in case of closing of any of the orders, basic or balancing. Another order is fixed at the current price. Thank you very much to the audience for watching this video and for using the information system from Guru.Markets. You are all truly the coolest audience.